welcome to this episode of Abby's Abstracts. I'm so excited to have you here because this is the first of many interviews that I'm going to be conducting with amazing women who are sharing their insights into self-confidence and how they deal with that in their everyday life. So today, I'm thrilled to have Jill with me. Thank you for coming through, Jill.
It's a pleasure.
And Jill's an amazing woman, and she is going to be telling her story in a little bit more detail. But ever since meeting Jill, I've always been inspired by what she has achieved and what she stands for, and I know that you're going to get so much from this interview.
Thanks.
So, Jill, please explain to the viewers what it is that you do and who you are and how you've come to be sitting right here.
Wow. So in a nutshell, I had about 20 years in corporate and I loved it. It was great foundation. And I left corporate in 2003 and I started my own business in the human resource side. And since then, I've branched out into all sorts of things that make my heart sing. So I do retreats and getaways, I do NIA, I'm a NIA teacher, I do workshops predominantly for women, and I live life to its fullest.
That's what I love about you, because everything about you just screams that you love your life.
I do, I really do.
Fantastic. When you were growing up, what was the best advice you received to boost your confidence, or as a confidence booster?
I don't know if it was ever explicitly said to me, but my mom and dad created an environment where we were encouraged to be ourselves and we were encouraged to do and practice things that we wanted to do that made our hearts sing. So whether it was ballet or whether it was going out in nature, it was always really supported by the family, which was great. And then as I was growing up in my career, there was someone in my corporate career who was a really good mentor. And he started me on the path of really starting to understand that everything comes from within and that my life would ultimately be as happy as I was with myself. So I have a huge amount of respect for him, and he taught me a lot that was probably only sank in a few years after he ever told me things through the experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I would say the bulk of my learning about the life that I live now came in my latter years, more than when I was a youngster. Yeah.
So if you were to define it, what does confidence mean to you?
To me, confidence means understanding who you are, accepting who you are, and loving who you are and what it presents to the world. Those, I think, are the three most important criteria that offer me confidence. And when I look at others, it seems to be a common thread in many others as well.
Yeah.
I think the core really is that it's got to be a deeply understood inside about who I am and an acceptance and a love of that, and not a desire to change it. And I think that's where true confidence comes from.
It's beautiful. So Jill, when do you feel you're most confident?
I feel most well, there's certain scenarios.
Yeah.
So one of the scenarios I think that highlights it the first time of what I understood by confidence is when I started going to Greece.
Okay.
And I started to understand what my true authentic self was. And in the village that I've been going to for many years now, after the first 2 or 3 years, I really started to get a feel for my true authentic self. And when I was in the village, being able to do that, I felt really confident. Nobody knew me. I had no history with anyone. No one knew anything about my schooling or my career or who I was, and it was really easy to step into that. So that would be the one bubble. And the other bubble where I feel really confident and absolutely fantastic is when I'm teaching NIA. So that for me is my real big bubble space of authentic truth, is the opportunity to really step into myself and be completely comfortable and confident with who I am.
And you get that confident energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get to share it with whoever's in my class, which is amazing.
Yeah. And how do you celebrate yourself on a regular basis? Like just being you. How does Jill celebrate being Jill?
I do it often.
Yeah? Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I have no problem with me time. And I have no problem with celebrating myself and
Yeah.
recognizing myself. So I go out for dinner on my own often.
Yeah.
I have candlelit baths often.
Right.
I pour myself a glass of champagne when I feel like it.
Amazing.
So I do things that really fill my heart, that
Mm.
recognize me, and if
Mm.
I've done something really well, then I'll have a celebration all on my own. I don't have to have it with 50
Yeah.
other people.
Yeah.
So I've really learned that over the years.
Yeah.
I'm starting to perfect the art of celebrating
Oh, that's
self.
amazing. Do you have any confidence boosting mantras or sayings or, you know,
Oh,
affirmations
yeah.
that you say to yourself on a regular basis?
So I make reference a lot to Louise Hay in my life. I use Louise Hay a lot, and she's got some amazing mantras. And the one that I use most of the time that has become my mantra now is I am love.
Awesome.
And that is the one that I carry with me. I had a beautiful piece of jewelry made when I was in Greece with a beautiful little egg.
Oh, yeah.
And the jeweler that made this is amazing, and you could roll up an affirmation and put it inside. And that was the one I put in that I carry with
I
me.
am love.
I am love.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
So you just say that to yourself
Yeah.
whenever you're feeling
Yeah.
the need to remind yourself.
Absolutely, because there's no judgment. It's
That's lovely.
I am love,
Yeah.
no matter what the circumstance are.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing
pleasure.
your story with us and for
It's a
sharing
pleasure.
of yourself. And I am so honored that I know you, and I light up. I feel your energy whenever I'm in your presence because I light up as a result of your lighting up. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Abigail. It's been an honor to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that's it, this episode of Abby's Abstract. I hope you enjoyed it. Please follow Jill. You'll see her links below, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Bye.
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 Ciao.
Yay!
Is that it?
So Jill,
I forgot the question.
oh, there we go. Right. I personally deal with conflict. No.
Cut.
Cat.
Next.
Next. What was the best advice that you received as a hold on. It's going on the blooper reel.